Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot and welcome back to my preview of the upcoming Jurassic World Evolution 2 Dominion Malta Expansion, available tomorrow for public download and release on the 8th of December. All very exciting, but we're going to keep digging into it for today, giving a little preview, and to start things off we're going to check out the species. Next up is the Oviraptor, so let's have a little peek at the stats to kick things off. Quite a low appeal on the OV, 54 there. You can see it's around Pachycephalosaurus sort of ratio. Of course, we've got two sets of skins. We've got Oviraptor 2022, which is its Dominion form, and we've got a Frontier set of skins as well. Up to 8 in a batch size, which is really cool. I really like the ones where there's as many dinosaurs as possible. They make me happy. And there's your trait chances. If we go over here into your likes absolutely everything. This is an animal that's going to get on really well with all your other herbivores and stuff like that. Although, of course, it is omnivorous. We'll be checking that out in a second. Dislikes Indominus Rex, Indoraptor, Scorpius Rex. They all make sense. And the Lystrosaurus, which is a nice little nod to its film role. Unfortunately, there isn't any unique animation between the Oviraptor and the Lystrosaurus. I've already tried that out in my Lystrosaurus video. And there's your attack and basically no defense. It makes me feel like the Oviraptor is not really going to be doing any hunting, but we'll see how things go. Let's pop out the 8 Oviraptors. It is absolutely tiny. It really is, and has a really interesting patterning. So here we go. These are all the Frontier skin, and you can already see the vast difference between the two there. Again, I think the feather shader they've got in this game, we saw this with the Pyroraptor as well, lends itself really well to skin colouring, because I think this looks pretty fantastic with the Frontier skin as well. I really like this patterning, especially on this one, that dark sort of grey colouring with this sort of lightning-esque striped spills of orange down the back. You've got a little bit of different colour there on the crest, and you've got the feather tail splaying out in a lighter colour down there at the back, and that kind of goes for all of them. This one it's purple instead. No pattern on this one, but it still looks really interesting and evocative. The beak is beautifully modelled, especially the crest as well. You see these little ridges in it, these little striations really make it come to life, and even the eyes are really detailed and feel, you know, they're wide and quirky, and they feel like it's a very aware, sort of a hyper-alert prey animal, which is largely, of course, what it would have been. This striped one is awesome. It's like a weird cheetah bird kind of thing. I really like that. I did release a 2022 one a little bit earlier, just so you can see that skin as well. This is the Dominion Malta skin, so it's just white with this red crest. Well, red and black crest actually delineates halfway through. And then you got these stripes down the map, down the back, down the middle, which looks pretty cool as well. We'll do a full skin preview as usual at the end of the video. But until then, we need to check out some animations and stuff. Okay, there's our ground feeder animation, our foliage animation. As you can see, very much feels like a chicken or something. I'm sure they've been using chickens and farm birds and just birds in general as I reference this for the Oviraptor for fairly good reason, but how it kind of pecks at the ground in these kind of staccato movements is obviously very chicken-esque. Let's see what it does with a meat feeder. There's our drinking animation then. I love these little clicks it's doing, that very rapid beak movement where it just clicks it together. It's just, again, it feels very much like something a chicken or something would do, and I'm sure that was the basis. You can see the head tilts there, very side to side, as it's kind of just curious about the world, always looking, always watching, especially after it's been drinking, in that kind of scooping up motion. It's watching to make sure it's not been exposed, it's not in any danger. And we've got ourselves some meat feeding animations, so it's actually clambered up onto the feeder itself. Tucks out a little piece, and I mean, it's been dwarfed by the size of this meat. We've all been there. There's a little scratch. We've seen that animation before with something else. I can't remember what it was, actually. So let's watch this one. There you go. Hops up. Okay, they just kind of chucked a piece of meat at each other. We're going to have to watch that one again. That's a really good one. I like that. It's like this one on the left kind of tugged up a piece of meat and it sent another piece flying over, so they kind of squealed a little bit, called a little bit, got a little bit scared by each other, and again, the movements feel very appropriate for a little Oviraptor like this, where it's clawing at it with its feet and it's kind of pecking at it and pulling at it and just snapping at it in that sort of bird-like manner. Okay, we finally got the social animation. I've been waiting for bloody ages. That was adorable. I don't know why they're doing a little ballet twirl dance. I'm assuming this is a behaviour, again, they've seen in a modern bird, a modern dinosaur. But they're kind of stuck up to each other, and then I don't know if it's playful or their version of a threat. It does look like a threat, doesn't it? The way they call at each other afterwards. To me, it looks like it's meant to be a warning. It's meant to be a, you know what? I don't mind you, Johnny, but you just be a little careful. You're pushing your luck out, son. All right. I speak Oviraptor, you know. Also, it sleeps, in case you were curious. I just feel the need to get every animation out there, you know. There you go. Cute. Curls itself up. Lovely. I can safely say they don't kill the goat. I suspect what the Oviraptor is, it's basically a small herbivore. It's a homalocephale or it's a minmi and stuff like that, except that it also eats from the meat feeder. I don't think it goes any further than that, which makes sense. I mean, Oviraptor probably wasn't... I mean, it may have hunted insects and stuff like that, but it wasn't going to be hunting down humans. It wasn't going to be hunting down goats. It wasn't probably like a pack hunter or anything like that. It's more just it was a flexible feeder / scavenger. Probably fungivore / insectivore, etc, etc. We know that it did eat small reptiles, admittedly, but we don't really have an equivalent of that in Evolution 2. I would love to see that kind of thing expanded, and we are going to, because of that, we are going to try the Compsognathus, because it would make sense for it to eat a compy, because, as I say, it's been found to eat small reptiles. So, you know, equivalency sort of going on there. I would love to see that kind of thing in Evolution 2. Again, I think we need more feeders. I think like a small reptile machine. It sounds like a band. We are small reptile machine. Anyways, and like an insectivore feeder and stuff like that. It could even look like the regular meat feeder, but just have people poke at it. Anyways. Okay, can definitely suggest that they aren't going to hunt the compies either. I think we can probably safely assume they don't hunt the Oviraptors. There may be a combo out there that I haven't seen. Feel free to let me know in the... Well, you can't really let me know yet, but by tomorrow, when everyone gets hold of the game, maybe we'll find out a little bit more information. But it does seem they just can't straight... Oh, it's really nice. They can't straight up hunt on their own. So, you know, if there isn't too much else to show in terms of their animations and stuff like that, we can show them getting hunted, which is cool. Let's see if they can get hunted. Okay, I'm pretty confident in saying that the I'm going to leave it a little bit longer, but I'm pretty confident in saying the Carnotaurus cannot hunt the Oviraptor. Just confirming T-Rex also unable to hunt the Oviraptor. However, no such rule applies for our Velociraptor. It's hunting down the Oviraptor right now. There it is. Just picks it up, just grabs it between its teeth and gives it a good old shake, and off it goes. There you go, a little bit better. I decided to make sure I was being thorough as well, and the homalocephale, same sort of deal, just isn't being hunted. I mean, at the end of the day, the Oviraptor is smaller than like every other edible thing in the game, and just obviously isn't naturally going to be a pack hunter sort of animal, so it does make sense that it can't really do anything other than the meat feeder itself. Again, now I wish we can have more variety in those feeders, but at the end of the day, this makes a lot of sense. It's still a really cool behaviour. It seems to follow the same rules as we're going to see with the Lystrosaurus, in that these small, very small, the tiny ones, the herbivores at the very least, can only be hunted by your raptor-sized dinosaurs. And you can see that, I mean, it's not much, I mean, it is actually. Height-wise, it's like similar to the homalocephale, but if you think about the mass and the weight, I think the homalocephale would be substantially larger based on this, at least on the Jurassic World Evolution 2 versions, compared to the Oviraptor. This is probably the line right here between tiny and small. Anyways, that is, I think, everything for the animations. Let's go check out the skins and the idle animation as well. So we have our Oviraptor. A really nice way to see just the... I mean, doesn't that tail plume in particular look absolutely fantastic? And the plumage at the back of the head as well. I really do think it's a fantastic looking creature. We've got our walking animation there. We've got our running animation there, head down, body sort of straightened up as you would expect. I just want to look at the I think the animators have done a brilliant job with the movement on this creature. I really do. We've got the sit. We've got the sleep. Oh, well, sleep slash a little bit of a. Oh no! Oh, it's adorable. A little kick at the ground as well. Feels maybe ostrich-esque in some ways, actually. That's pretty cool. And this should be the idle animation. Little peck at the ground. That's all it is. A little peck. All you need sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. A little peck. Right, okay. Can I pause you? How do I put R? Get it in a good position. Let's go check out some skin colours. So, we're going to set that to nothing. I wish the camera would just stay where I put it. Right, so we're going to go through the basic skin colours. We've got Sonoran Desert, Death Valley, Great Sandy Desert. Really like that one. That definitely feels bird-inspired. Champlain Valley, Salar del Huesco, Limpopo River, Killian Mountains looks okay. The Yukon River one looks really cool as well. It has an eagle-esque kind of nature to it because of that plumage on the back of the head. Svalbard, really cool looking as well. Amazon Rainforest, wild. Mangrove Forest, really cool. And Gambia River Basin, pretty sweet as well. And of course, there's your 2022. Let's go for Svalbard. It's going to show up the patterns really nicely. And let's have a look. So Rana, oh, that actually looks fantastic. So you can't really see it on the body with these darker ones, obviously. So if I then swap that to like that, you can see that much clearer. Doesn't that look really good? They've really nailed it. They've really done well on the patterns. I love that crest coloration. I think that's absolutely beautiful. Same with Kalkarana. So these are similar in that sort of darkish. This one's a little lighter, but darkish greyish on the body. This one's got grey on the tail plumage and on the head plumage. Rana's got some dashes of orange in there and then a brighter orange around the crest. Lithobates is the same but yellow and purple, and then we're getting into the lighter ones, so we want to swap back to Svalbard. Got these sort of creamy colours there, and then this bright, shocking blue on the crest. Love that orange and blue there. And finish off, lovely stuff. A lot of them are dark, not many of them are show, like if you look at through this list and look at the body patterns, there's only 2 out of 6 that really show on the body that well, but man, that looks brilliant. That looks really, really good. I'm like really impressed. Yeah, fantastic frontier skins, really, really top notch. Again, just like with the Pyroraptor, they've clearly got a really good handle on how to make feathered dinosaurs look really fantastic. So again, I want to see them push this even further. I want to see Frontier's own feathered dinosaurs in the next DLC, because they've clearly shown they can do it. I mean, I think a feathered dinosaur pack would be immensely popular, and I really hope that's something they've considered. Also, I love the feet. I know that's a weird thing to mention right at the end, but they do just straight up look like chicken feet, and I love that they're yellow, and then they fade out into the black in that sort of midriff line right there, which is where you'd expect it. Yeah, so the problem with the Oviraptor, I guess, is it doesn't do too much. We really only saw 1 animation, well, 2 if you include it getting eaten, and that was the social animation. But that's often been the case for herbivores. They don't really have a whole suite of animations, because what they're going to do, most of the animations we see in the game are hunting animations. However, between the brilliant skins, the wonderful animations, I know I'm bigging it up a lot now, but it's one of my favourite dinosaurs. Brilliant skins. Really well animated dinosaur in general, like the way it moves, the way it interacts with the world, the clicking of the beak, the sound design is really nice as well. Yeah, it's really, really good. And it's omnivorous, which is awesome. Bonus points. Right, thank you very much for joining me. Stick around on the channel today for lots more Dominion Malta Expansion content. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you want to be kept up to date with all that. Of course, we'll have more throughout the week as well. Especially tomorrow when the game goes out in public. We find loads of new things just because I am but one ridiculously handsome man, you know. I can't do it all on my own, ladies and gentlemen, so I need the wider world to help me out. And whenever we find out some new stuff tomorrow, I will of course bring it you right here on the channel as well. Until then, thank you so much for joining me. Throw me a like down below if you enjoyed the video. Cheers much as always. Bye bye.
Reaching out.